Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the podcast where we dive into the world of sports and share our thoughts on the latest news and developments. First up, let's talk about the Washington Commanders quarterback situation. But before we do that, I want to take a look at an interesting article that caught my eye. It appears that the Independence Bowl has released its all-time team, and it features some impressive names from colleges like LSU, Texas A&M, and BYU. The team includes players like Gary Kubiak, who led his Aggies team to a 33-16 victory over Oklahoma State in 1981, and Seneca Wallace, who earned Offensive Player of the Game honors in 2001 after passing for 284 yards and rushing for 28 yards in a loss to Alabama. We also have Puka Nacua, a wide receiver from BYU who had an incredible rookie season in the NFL, leading the league in receiving yards and breaking multiple records. It's always great to see colleges and organizations recognizing their talented alumni and celebrating their achievements. The Independence Bowl's all-time team is a wonderful way to honor these players and remind us of their impressive skills on the field. But what really stands out about this team is the diversity of talent and the different eras represented. From quarterbacks like Kubiak and Wallace to wide receivers like Nacua, each player has brought something unique to the table. And let's not forget the other players who made the list, including centers like Todd McClure and running backs like Darren Sproles. As we continue to explore the world of sports, it's essential to appreciate the history and legacy of these organizations and colleges. The Independence Bowl's all-time team is a fantastic example of how we can celebrate the past while also looking forward to the future. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're diving into the world of sports now, and what a story we have for you. The World Cup final has shattered viewing records in the United States, with nearly 39 million viewers tuning in to Fox's English-language presentation of the match between Spain and Argentina. But that's not all. The peak audience reached an astonishing 51.7 million viewers during the extra time period, making it the most-watched soccer broadcast in U.S. history. And if you think that's impressive, consider this. When you add in the Spanish-language coverage on Telemundo and Peacock, the total viewership in the U.S. jumps to around 65 million viewers. That's right, folks. 65 million people watched Spain take down Argentina 1-0 in extra time, potentially marking Lionel Messi's final international match. But what really caught my attention was the social media buzz surrounding the event. According to Ripple Analytics, the World Cup final generated 10.35 billion views on social media in just the first 24 hours after content was posted. That's a staggering number, especially when you compare it to the Super Bowl, which is often considered the pinnacle of sports viewing events. And let's not forget the halftime show, which featured an all-star lineup including Madonna, Justin Bieber, and Shakira. The show itself racked up over 1 billion views on social media in just 12 hours, a testament to the power of live events to drive engagement and conversation online. As we wrap up this segment, it's clear that the World Cup has cemented its place as one of the premier sporting events in the world, with a global reach and appeal that's hard to match. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. As we wrap up today's show, let's dive into the world of sports, specifically the NFL. The AFC South is looking like a competitive division this season, with several teams vying for the top spot. According to recent reports, the Houston Texans are favored to win the division, and it's easy to see why. With a strong defense and an offense led by quarterback C.J. Stroud, they're looking like a force to be reckoned with. However, the Jacksonville Jaguars are also making some noise, with Trevor Lawrence at the helm and a revamped receiving corps. They've got a good shot at making a run for the playoffs, and possibly even giving the Texans a run for their money in the division. On the other hand, the Indianapolis Colts are facing an uphill battle, with quarterback Daniel Jones's health being a major concern and a lack of dynamic playmakers on offense. And as for the Tennessee Titans, they're just not looking like a competitive team this season, despite some promising young talent. So what does it all mean? Well, in my opinion, the Texans are the team to beat in the AFC South, but don't count out the Jaguars just yet. They've got the potential to make some waves and possibly even sneak into the playoffs. And as for the Colts and Titans, well, it's looking like it might be a long season for both of those teams. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep your head in the game.